Look around you. Look at the most successful people in your field. The ones with the power, the money, the respect. I guarantee you one thing. They didn't get there by being nice. Now, I'm not talking about basic human decency. I'm talking about that crippling, excessive niceness that's holding you back from greatness. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, every time you silence your opinions to keep the peace, every time you put others' needs so far above your own that you disappear, you're not being nice. You're being weak. And deep down, you know it. Society has sold you a lie. They told you that being agreeable, avoiding conflict, and putting yourself last is the path to being loved and respected. But let me ask you this. Do you truly respect those who have no backbone? Do you admire those who cannot stand their ground? Today, we're going to shatter this illusion. We're going to rebuild you into someone who commands respect, not someone who begs for approval. Let's begin. Kindness comes from strength. People-pleasing comes from fear. When you're genuinely kind, you give from a place of abundance. You choose to help others because you want to, not because you're afraid of their reaction if you don't. True kindness is deliberate and powerful. It's an extension of your values, not a sacrifice of them. People-pleasing, on the other hand, is a slow form of self-destruction. It's saying yes when every fiber of your being is screaming no. It's laughing at jokes that insult your values. It's staying silent when you should speak up. It's working overtime without compensation because you're afraid to set boundaries. It's accepting disrespect because confrontation makes you uncomfortable. Let me be clear, nobody respects a doormat. Not even the people walking all over you. They might like the convenience you provide, but they don't respect you. Worse, they sense your weakness and exploit it, consciously or unconsciously. The most painful truth? People-pleasing doesn't even work. Those who constantly sacrifice themselves for others often end up resentful, burnt out, and ironically, less liked over time. Your resentment leaks through in passive-aggressive behavior. Your exhaustion makes you less effective. Your lack of boundaries invites more demands, not more appreciation. The truly nice person, the one who makes a positive difference, knows when to say no. They understand that their resources are finite. They recognize that setting boundaries allows them to show up fully when it matters. They know that speaking uncomfortable truths can be the kindest act of all. Starting today, examine your motivations. Are you helping because you want to, or because you're afraid not to? Are you agreeing because you truly agree, or because disagreement feels unsafe? Are you giving from abundance, or from fear? Choose kindness over people-pleasing. Choose respect, starting with self-respect. Your time, energy, and attention are your most valuable resources. Yet how easily you give them away. Every time you fail to set a boundary, you're essentially saying, "My resources have no value." Take them freely, without limit or compensation. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's the difference between being effective and being exhausted, between being respected and being used, between directing your life and having it directed for you. Assertiveness is not aggression. Aggression violates others' boundaries. Assertiveness protects your own. The assertive person doesn't raise their voice or threaten. They simply state their needs clearly and stand firm. I can't take on that project right now. I'm not comfortable with that arrangement. That doesn't work for me. Simple statements, delivered without apology or excessive explanation. Most people avoid setting boundaries because they fear rejection or conflict. But here's what actually happens when you set healthy boundaries. First, you may face resistance. Those accustomed to your compliance will test your resolve. Stand firm. Second, you gain respect from others and yourself. Third, you create space for what truly matters to you. The world responds to how you teach it to treat you. When you consistently communicate your boundaries, people adjust their expectations. They learn that your yes means yes and your no means no. They learn that interacting with you requires respect. Start small. Identify one area where you've been too accommodating. Perhaps you're always staying late at work, always lending money you can't spare, always providing emotional support while receiving none. Choose one boundary and enforce it consistently. Notice how it feels, the initial discomfort, followed by a growing sense of power and self-respect. Remember, those who react with anger to your reasonable boundaries are precisely the people who benefited from your lack of them. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your well-being is. The need for approval is a prison you've built around yourself. Every decision filtered through, "What will they think?" Every action limited by fear of judgment. Every opportunity missed because it might invite criticism. This prison has no guards. You can walk out any time. But first, you must recognize a fundamental truth. You cannot control whether others approve of you. You can twist yourself into knots trying to please everyone, and still, some will dislike you. Others will be indifferent. Some will disapprove no matter what you do. The only approval that matters, the only approval you can control, is your own. Do you respect your choices? Do you honor your values? Do you look in the mirror and see someone acting with integrity, courage, and purpose? Social approval is a moving target. What's praised today is criticized tomorrow. What one group admires, another condemns. Chasing approval is exhausting and ultimately futile. It turns you into a chameleon, changing colors to match your environment, with no true identity of your own. Self-respect, in contrast, is stable. It comes from living according to your values, speaking your truth, and taking action aligned with your purpose. It means making difficult choices not because they're popular, but because they're right for you. Those who command genuine respect aren't those who seek approval at all costs. They're those who stand for something, who have clear principles and live by them, who say what they mean and do what they say, who are willing to be disliked for the right reasons rather than liked for the wrong ones. When you prioritize self-respect over social approval, something remarkable happens. You become magnetic, not to everyone, but to the right people. Those who value authenticity, who respect courage, who are drawn to those with conviction. Starting today, before each decision, ask yourself, am I doing this to gain approval or to honor my values? Choose self-respect consistently and watch how your life transforms. The right people will stay. The wrong ones will leave. And you'll stand taller, breathe easier, and move through the world with a power that no external validation could ever provide. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Every significant achievement, every meaningful growth, every worthwhile reward lies on the other side of discomfort. Yet the nice person avoids discomfort at all costs. They stay in the safe zone, take the easy path, and wonder why their life lacks the intensity and rewards they secretly crave. Successful people aren't more comfortable than others, they're just more willing to be uncomfortable. They understand that temporary discomfort leads to lasting advancement. They know that the burn of effort precedes the strength of achievement. Risk isn't about being reckless. It's about making calculated moves when the potential reward justifies the possible loss. It's about recognizing that playing it safe is often the riskiest strategy of all, risking a life of regret, of potential unrealized, of wondering, what if? The nice person avoids confrontation because it's uncomfortable. They stay in mediocre relationships because leaving is hard. They accept less than they deserve because asking for more feels risky. They silence their innovative ideas because sharing them invites judgment. They remain in unsatisfying jobs because change is uncertain. But here's the truth: discomfort is temporary. Regret is permanent. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing a smaller life. Every time you avoid a difficult conversation, You're choosing unresolved issues over clear understanding. Every time you say, "I can't," without trying, you're choosing guaranteed failure over possible success. Start training your discomfort muscle. Deliberately put yourself in challenging situations. Speak up in meetings. Negotiate for what you deserve. Pursue the opportunity that scares you. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Notice how the anticipation of discomfort is almost always worse than the discomfort itself. Notice how quickly discomfort passes and how the growth remains. Notice how each risk you take makes the next one easier. The most successful people aren't those who avoid discomfort. They're those who use it as a compass. If it scares you, if it challenges you, if it pushes you beyond your current limitations, that's precisely the direction you should be moving. Not recklessly, but deliberately. Not without preparation, but without hesitation when the moment comes. Choose calculated risks over comfortable stagnation. Choose growth over safety. Choose the path that builds you, not the one that coddles you. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's not something you can fake. Real confidence, the kind that radiates from within and influences everyone around you, comes from one source only: taking action and seeing results. The nice person waits to feel confident before acting. They think, "Once I feel ready, then I'll speak up. Once I feel worthy, then I'll ask for more. Once I feel certain, then I'll take the risk." But this approach has it backwards. Action precedes confidence, not the other way around. Every time you do something difficult, you prove to yourself that you can. Each small win builds evidence of your capability. Each obstacle overcome demonstrates your resilience. This evidence, accumulated over time, is what creates unshakable confidence. Not affirmations, not positive thinking, not waiting for permission or validation. You want confidence? Stop talking about what you might do someday. Stop planning endlessly. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Instead, identify the smallest actionable step toward your goal and take it today, right now. Then take another tomorrow, and another the day after. The world is full of people with potential, with good intentions, with elaborate plans. What separates the exceptional from the average isn't potential, it's action. Consistent, persistent action, especially when it's difficult, especially when you don't feel like it. When you consistently take action, when you make the call, send the proposal, start the business, have the conversation, hit the gym, or whatever your particular challenge demands, you develop a relationship with yourself based on trust. You know you can count on yourself to follow through. This self-trust is the foundation of authentic confidence. Moreover, action-based confidence can't be taken from you. Unlike confidence based on external validation, which vanishes the moment the validation stops, confidence built through action is yours forever. Even if you fail, the courage to try builds more confidence than the safety of inaction. Stop waiting for confidence to find you. Start building it through deliberate action. Take one step today that scares you. Then another tomorrow. Watch your confidence grow not from what others say about you, but from what you prove to yourself. The world doesn't need more nice people who shrink themselves to avoid rocking the boat. The world needs individuals with the courage to stand tall, speak truth, and pursue excellence without apology. Being genuinely good doesn't mean being perpetually agreeable. It means having the strength to uphold your values even when it's difficult. It means respecting yourself enough to set boundaries. It means caring enough to be honest rather than merely pleasant. From this moment forward, commit to replacing excessive niceness with authentic strength. Replace people-pleasing with integrity. Replace the fear of disapproval with the pursuit of self-respect. This isn't about becoming harsh or unkind. It's about becoming real. About showing up as your full self rather than the watered-down version others might find more convenient. The journey won't be easy. You'll face resistance, from others who preferred your compliance, and from the part of yourself that fears change. But with each boundary you set, with each risk you take, with each moment of discomfort you embrace, you'll be reclaiming your power. And power, used wisely, can create more good in this world than niceness ever could. Thank you for having the courage to listen, really listen, to this message today. It takes strength to confront the patterns that hold us back. The fact that you're here, considering these ideas, already puts you ahead of those unwilling to question their approach to life. Remember, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself, in becoming someone whose strength enables genuine contribution, not compliance. I believe in your capacity to transform, to step into your power, and to create a life defined by respect rather than approval. The journey starts with a single decision. Will you choose courage over comfort today? The choice is yours, and I'm honored to have shared this moment of decision with you.